We're gonna bale a little hay today, and let me show you the ins and outs of how to run a round baler, or at least a Vermeer round baler. Got the old 4440 here. Let me show you a few things on the back. That way you'll know what you're looking at. There on each side, those are indicators for the tailgate lock. That's how big the bale is. Focus. There you go. So we're on 0. Up there, bale size. Right there, it indicates where your twine arms are. We've got net wrap on this baler, but we're going to be twining them today. Cecil twine. Right there's our air pressure and our hydraulic pressure. And you can see the twine from both sides. What we're going to be looking at to know how to weave and where to drive is we're going to be looking at our distance between these belts and these arms. And essentially what that means is whichever side's closest, if this belt's rubbing and the other side's not, we need to put hay in this side. But rather than tell you, just let me show you. Let's get going. Two of these 605Ks. This one's electric tie. The other one's hydraulic. I'm going to run it with auto start off. So, first thing to do, let's ease this PTO in. Got her spinning. Let's go. I like to start out, unless I'm in really thin hay, I like to start out on this 4440 in A3. Bring the old revs up. 1500 is good right now. See if I can get turned around and get you a good picture, or if there's going to be glare on the glass. I really don't know. I like to start off on one side and then feed the other side. Oh, this is so dusty, you're not going to be able to see what we're doing. Maybe it'll clear out here in a minute. Yeah, the wind is at our back, and that makes for hard video. I don't know if you can see that belt be to your right is tracking away, so I just fed the right side. The customer actually brush hogged this, so it's pretty fine, which is fine. I don't know why, but they brush hogged it along with a hay mower. I think they didn't want to make it, and then all of a sudden we was going to make it. He's better than he thought. But I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the video, but I'm looking at those belts on the outside, how close they are to that tension arm. That's what I'm interested in. Alright, I'm going to bump A4, get rolling a little bit here. I don't know if you can see over there, I've got, let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it's better. I got almost a 3-footer in there. I need to feed your right side. I know it's backwards, be the driver's side I need to feed. It's almost rubbing. Now we're almost square. Well, this is kind of difficult driving and holding this camera up to the back window, but hopefully we get a decent bale out of it. We got about a 3-footer in there right now. It's fine. That's why everything's blowing out. We're doing brush hog hay, which isn't very common. I've done it before when my hay mower messed up, but it's not something that I just try to do every day. Doesn't quite make as pretty of a bale. And and then you're pulling your pickup teeth through the grass. You can't, unless you're scalping the ground, you're not going to cut as close as you can with a hay mower. Alright, so your left side's a little closer. I'm going to come over here, get her up against that hay save wheel. Now we're back evened out. You just go back and forth. It's hard to show in the video. I'm going to go to the left maybe about 10 seconds on average. Then I'm going to go to the right. That's if everything's staying smooth, but really, all you got to do is watch them belts. Them belts tell you everything you need to know. And I know a lot of people just have wide windrows and they don't weave at all. In thick hay, they'll just have real wide windrows, and they have the windrows the width of the baler, and that's nice. But here in the hill country, we normally don't have that. It doesn't work that good because we got thick and thin hay, and it's not one big square uniform field. Oh, we get a little steep right here. Woo. Wouldn't bother me if I wasn't trying to drive one hand and hold the camera. Come on, girl, climb it, don't flip on my top. Alright, go back down the hill. Sorry for the shoddy camera work. This video is kind of a last minute idea, and I don't have the GoPro, so hopefully you're not getting a headache. We're getting close. It's off a little bit on how big a bale we've got. It's going to say about 4.5 or 4 3/4. We're going to make about a 5 1/4. If you look here, near full. Wow, really near full. It already went off. Alright, back to the cab. So, I like to idle it down a little bit just because I don't like listening to it. Back up a little bit. When you're on a hill, I don't know if you can see this, but this hill's like this. We don't want to dump it out just like we are, because it'll roll. So we're going to turn it kind of sidling to the hill. It means I have auto stop off. I have to hit this manual button. And you see that red arm going? And you probably can't tell in the video, but the string's coming out. I like to string about 1600 RPM. Keep in mind, if you vary your RPM, it will vary your how much string you put on. And that belt on your right, as you're looking at it, is a little closer. So it tells me that we may not be perfectly square on this one. Usually I put out pretty good bales, pretty nice and square bales, but first bale today. Oh, so it beat. That means we're done tying. I like to idle it down. What I was saying is I usually put out, oh, PTO off. I usually put out pretty square bales, but being in the hill here and one-handed, let's see what we got. Now some of you that bale hay are saying, why did you turn the PTO off, fool? You don't have to do that with a K. You can run the PTO. They're the first model that came out where you could run the PTO, and that is a fact. But I find that I end up with a better product, because if you leave it on, the belts rub the bale. I'm the worst cameraman today. The belts will rub the bale, and then what ends up happening is it scuffs it a little bit. But anyway, not bad. Not too bad. It's looks like the strings didn't land just perfect right there in the center, but We'll be all right. Brush hogged hay is never going to be as pretty. But, so now we put our hydraulics down, close the tailgate, and then we're ready to go again. So what I'm looking for, let me re-illustrate this. Whichever one of these belts is rubbing the most, that's where I put hay. If there's a gap here and this belt's rubbing, put hay over here. Vice versa, if there's a gap here and it's rubbing, put hay over here. If both of them are rubbing, that means you have a lot of hay in the center and you're going to end up with a bale that looks like this. So you need to fill both sides. If both of them are really far away, that means you've got a, if I can do it with my hand, a bale like this, kind of an hourglass shape. Anyway, I know the video quality is going to be shaky and poor, but I just wanted to get you guys something today. I'm a little bit unprepared on this Sunday afternoon, but hey, we're making hay. So, if you like this video, let me link another one where you can see the inside of this baler. Actually, it's my other K, but you won't, it'll be the same. If you want to see the inside of this baler with the GoPro while it bales hay to kind of understand how this baler works and the ins and outs of it, watch that video. It's 360 degrees. It's kind of weird to get used to, but it's pretty darn cool. And if you got time, stay and watch another video. If you don't care, hit that subscribe and maybe even that like button, leave a comment. I sure do appreciate you. Bye.